Good morning. Thanks for stopping by my channel again, and we are getting to video outside again today, so I'm thankful for the sun, even though it's a little warmer out. Wanted to talk to you today about activities that you can do with your loved one that maybe has dementia, Alzheimer's. You're noticing cognitive decline. They really like to look and reminisce through old photos, family members, seeing themselves when they're young, family members they may not recognize at this point, at this age. They recognize them in older pictures. For example, when my dad passed away, my daughter had set a picture of my parents when they were dating on the table, and then the most recent picture of my parents before he died on the table. And my mom said, who had dementia, she said, "Now that's me and Connor when we were dating, and that other picture is, well, they say he's my husband and he died, but I didn't know him." It's sad to hear, but unfortunately, that is what the mind processes in the case of dementia and Alzheimer's. But she did recognize him as a younger man. So keep that in mind. Scrapbooks, photos, photo albums, anything like that can kind of jar and bring back some good memories for them. Maybe do simple crafts with them, painting, watercolor, coloring, things that they enjoy doing that is not too much of a task for them. I wouldn't try to teach them something new, but anything they show interest in that maybe they did before, it will just help. It will just help to stimulate the brain. They do need some gentle exercise if they're able to still be up and walk. Even if they're not walking, you can do simple sitting exercises, stretching, lifting their feet off the floor, taking walks. Those kind of things they will enjoy up to a point. Let them spend time with family and friends, like if the grandkids can be around. All older people usually love their grandkids being around, or being around younger people. I don't know, I guess it just always brings our inner younger selves out. Take them outside, sit on the porch, let them watch the traffic go by. Nothing my daddy liked to do any better than just go sit on the porch and watch the neighbor's cows across the road, because he was a farmer and he had cattle. And when he couldn't do it anymore, he liked to go out on the porch and watch the neighbors and just watch the traffic, and he threw his hand up at everybody that went by. His mind stayed good up until he passed. But it was hard. It was hard for him to watch my mom decline the way she did, because there was days she just didn't know who he was. When you, also while you're outside sitting on the porch, if maybe it's your mom or dad, whoever, wife, husband, if they enjoyed gardening, flowers, anything like that, bird watching, have bird feeders out, hummingbird feeders. People love those. Gives them something to do and to watch. Let them, like I said, let them get their hands dirty. You're going to take them inside and help them clean up. Just let them plant some flowers, plant some tomato plants, something, if that's what they like to do. You can also let them help sweep the floor, wash the dishes, put away the dishes. Simple tasks that they can do safely. And if they get it wrong, so what? Just don't get angry with them. Let them still feel safe and valued, that their help was appreciated. You can also bring in like memory games. I don't know if you remember the kids' little card game where you match the cards. You have to turn them over and you try to remember where it was at. They can play those kind of games as long as it doesn't get frustrating for them. Also, as long as they can still read, they can do word search and look for words. That's good for them to do. Also, read to them or let them read to you, because anytime we read and we're not looking at a screen, it's stimulating our imagination, and that means a lot as far as cognition goes, to keep that function going for as long as you can. But of course, if they are maybe younger or even older but like a tablet or smartphone, a lot of older people have already gotten into this. I mean, that's how I'll be. My kids will have to let me play with my phone, I guess, if the time comes. But it's okay to let them do that. It's still stimulating the brain, and they're having to operate. Hopefully, they're having to operate it. And of course, everybody's going to be different. You might take care of one parent, sibling, spouse, and then the next person you may have to take care of, it might be a total different situation, because sometimes people don't stop with taking care of one. I know a family right now who took care of both mothers, the couple's mothers, and a dad. So it seems like sometimes there's one or two in the family that do it, and the rest just don't if there's more than one or two kids. So again, you have to keep it individualized to that person you're caring for. Keep it simple. Again, don't try to teach them something new, because that is not going to fly. They're not going to be able to do it. And be positive, even if they mess up. And be flexible, because their moods can change quickly. One day I took my mom, we went and met my brother for breakfast. We come home, we were going to go back to Walmart. I had forgotten something I had to pick up to take back to Walmart. Buddy, she got out of the car. She was ugly to me. I mean, it was an ordeal that morning, and she had been fine up to that point. So you never know when the mood's going to change. Just try to stay calm and help work through that. But again, you may have everything set up, but that doesn't mean it will get to stay that way. You might have to change plans midstream. Let them talk about their work and their careers. If you know, maybe somebody was a nurse, a teacher, worked in a factory, but they loved their job, or did it for so long it was just part of who they were, even though we are not our jobs. But you know, older people, that was what am I trying to say? They put value in how long they had seniority at a place. That meant something to them, that they were a loyal employee. Times change, but people that are in their 80s now, it still was important to them, and maybe some in their 70s. Nowadays, people don't stay anywhere 40 years, hardly ever. But anyway, that could be important to them. So just let them talk about their work. And keep them in group activities if they like to go to church, as long as they're not acting out. You know, keep them involved in church functions. I've got a lady that I do private duty with right now. Her family takes her to when they have dinners and stuff, and the people love her, and she enjoys that, and she enjoys seeing the little kids that are there. And it just means a lot to keep social. The social interaction means a lot, and it will stimulate the brain. Also, I thought this is a plug, not that I'm sponsored by anybody, but Amazon you can type in senior memory care games. They do have games, puzzles that are more geared toward people with more nimbly hands. They have fidget blankets. My sister-in-law had a fidget apron made for my mom. It had a zipper, and buttons. It had different things that she could sit and feel of while she had it on. Because they like to do stuff with their hands sometimes. It keeps them occupied, sort of. And as long as their hands are moving, they're kind of doing something. And there's also, like, they have their fidget boards, fidget aprons, fidget blankets, and like I said, word search. As long as they can still read, they can do word search. There's even a large print hymnal that I saw on Amazon, as well as a picture book where they can just go through and look at pictures of different things. And it's amazing just what that little bit can do to help them. I remember I worked at a nursing home, and I took care of a couple of different people there on the side doing private duty. But there was one lady who, she didn't know how to get to her room. She didn't know what she was supposed to do next, but she would sing every verse of a hymn without a book. She knew it all. But then as soon as the song was over, she would say, "Where must I go?" I mean, it's sad, but at least she knew the song, had a beautiful voice, beautiful. And also, if they like to dance before, put on their favorite music and just dance around the house with them. Just try to stimulate that brain. get their body moving as long as you can, and make memories for you and them. They might not ever acknowledge it, but you'll have it, and you won't regret anything you do for the one you're taking care of. If you enjoy this, please like and subscribe, and I'll get you some more info out there pretty soon. If you have any questions about anything, just leave me a comment, and if I can help you, I will. Thanks so much. Have a blessed day.